But I
Okay.
think right off the bat here, like, I think you guys are just you're giving them. One thing I noticed that you guys do is you just give the enemy team too much respect a lot of the time. Like you kind of just like you play a little bit scared. I don't know if that's a team thing or if that's one person calling it, but like I would start here. I would just start at the statue. Like even if you want to back up, like I would just start at the statue because you never want to give anybody anything for free. Like regardless, like you don't want to give any team anything for free ever because it inherently gives you a disadvantage at the first second of the fight without them doing anything. So like you've given them an advantage here at the beginning of the fight without them doing anything because like you've played attack on King's Row, you know like crossing right here is hard, right? You know
Mm.
getting over to this side is hard. You're gonna take a lot of poke. You're gonna take a lot of damage. But if you give this to them for free, you basically just completely negate any sort of advantage that you could have. Like instead of it being even or you have an advantage, you're just immediately at a disadvantage. So like I would say for this setup, like if you want to play this comp, my setup would be with this Hanzo Sojourn variant. I would put so Connor. I would want you kind of hugging the statue right here, putting your body like behind this and just hugging it and poking from right here. I'd want Jaden. You could probably play like a little bit behind him. The problem
Mm.
is that you have a Zen and not a Lucius. So you can't really speed backwards. Um, so you're kind of forced to play a little bit farther back. So I would say you probably want to play right here instead. If you have a Lucio, you can play right here though. Um,
Okay.
but if you're running the Zen comp, I'd back out here just because it's not really you playing passive. It's more that you're setting yourself up to just not have to back up without speed. Like you can't really back up without speed as BAP. I would want someone. So they're running Echo Soj. I'd want someone to at least contest this high ground up here from either right here or right here. This can either be John or Connor. Um, and then I'd want Zen. Nimrod, you can like start in this little doorway right here because what it does is it like just gives you a free rotate if you need to, but you also have natural cover. So like if you can also kind of bait people. Like if Zen is right here and Sojourn like slides up here or slides up here, you can back up into this hallway and then they continue to probably take a wide angle and then you can just discord them and you can shoot them with Kajan or Connor. But the two main important things here that we need to do is to have the tank hold statue at the beginning and have someone contest high ground. That's the two main things here. Because you
Mm.
don't want to give the high ground for free. Because if you give the high ground for free, you can only play in hotel area. If you give up the statue for free, you can only play that in this part of the map. You don't want to give up any sort of parts of the map for free. Um, so you kind of do that right away, where um, like Connor, to kind of really no fault of his own because he has the Zen, he can't really play in like a long angle because he can't rely on Lucio Amp or Lucio Boop um, to like protect him from a rail or to protect him from Pomku just kind of running up here and sticking him. So he has to play super far back. Um, John, I would say you're in a, a kind of a little interesting spot. I mean, right here behind the car, I guess it's fine. But like, if you're playing Hanzo, you just want to have high ground. You just want to have high ground as Hanzo. You want to be able to get a different angle on them. You don't want. Also, you're doing this thing again where like John is the person in front of Connor and is just going to be taking the poke. Um, this happens a lot as Genji too when he's playing Genji. Like like when this guy when everyone
Tank
turns around the
Genji.
corner, like who are they gonna look at first? Like if they when they look around the corner, they're gonna look at honest Jaden too. Like Jaden is in front of you, even though she's positioned behind you. Like she's in front of you basically because of like the way they're turning right now. So like Jaden and John are gonna be taking the blunt of the damage, whereas Rissa, you want to be doing the majority of that. Yep. You have high ground for Lucio, assuming Soja's gonna or Echo's gonna go up there. You give high ground for Echo. Their BAP is up there. Now you're relegated to this back part here. Where's Nimrod? Okay.
I've been calling for him to drop as well here, I remember. Just because they're wrapping behind right
Yeah, I
now.
would say he can wait a little bit just because they're kind of going slow, but yeah, he
You'll
wants
wait and see he'll die because he stays up
dies.
there too
Okay,
long.
okay. But he has to drop when he knows he's gonna get pushed on. Like Connor, like that's kind of like if you see the Echo, like I know he didn't do it, but like when you see the Echo walk past this is when he wants to drop.
Okay.
Because honestly, it's actually pretty good because you are kind of baiting him into being out of the fight for a few seconds. And if he does come up here, like, you can just kind of like turn around and just poke at him for a second, like one of the DPS can, and he'll probably leave, I would say. But I think you're doing, I think, like, with the resources that you have, Jaden, you're pretty good right now.
I was like, oh, my thought process as I'm playing.
Okay, yeah. So you have the right idea, Connor, but you just blow all your abilities within like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sorry, I know this is yours, Jaden, but I'm just gonna take 2 seconds to just tell him what he should do instead.
Okay.
And then we'll. Are you overloading your gun a lot? Let's watch.
No.
Don't overload your gun ever. I think you're doing fine right now. That's good. That's a good. Okay, yeah. So
I'm pushing him into my team so we can kill him.
Yeah. So I think
because he's discorded and
this
everything.
was a-
But I shouldn't have burnt my fortify.
Yeah. So this was a good use of the javelin here. You walk past him because you know you're a little bit safe here. You know he can't really do anything. If this was another Orisa, this would be completely throwing. Like if you were just walking up into her face like this. But since this is a Rhine, like he can't do anything against you, so you just walk into his face and javelin him. Like great. This is great awareness from you. I wouldn't fortify. I would only like. Basically, what your cooldowns do is you want to spin. Think of spin as like ram shield, where you want to use it basically almost immediately during the fight, because a lot of people will use their abilities like right away when they see you. So like Soj will probably E at you, and Pomku will throw his stickies and stuff like that. So you want to kind of use spin right away to sort of get that initial pressure poke out. Because once mid-fight happens, they're kind of like they're looking at other things are happening, so they're not like the initial plan to shoot you is not really like maybe not everybody's onto that. So you want to spin right away, and you want to fortify once your armor is gone. So you can see right here you have like 60% armor. Once this armor is gone, that's when you fortify because you gain armor back, and just overall like because people will use their abilities to get you low. Once you're low to, at this point, you're like 200 health, you can get armor back, and it'll take time for your spin cooldown to come back, and you can kind of cycle your abilities. But what happens here is you just kind of like blow all 3 abilities here. I think this is a good spin. Good spin. Just the only thing that you shouldn't do is fortify. That was a good spin, though. I think that was, I mean, he's playing Ryan, so there's not really, you have a lot of room to make mistakes. Like if he's playing Orisa, like if you're dropping all 3 abilities like that, as soon as your fortify's done, you're dead. Like everyone's gonna shoot you, you're gonna die. But Nimrod, yeah, he's just gotta swap off Zed. You just can't run Zed right now. He's just not a good character. Like Tracer is like the best DPS in the game. Echo is pretty good. Orisa can just literally just throw a javelin at one javelin that hits Zed, he's basically dead. Swap Zarya, so they kind of, yeah, I heard from Fish that they just like kind of swap you all the time. Bubba Wyatt's playing comp.
I feel like we do that too, or maybe not as a team, but
so Connor,
individually.
So one thing for Jaden right now is that like she's forced to heal bot you because you're playing like so far out in the open, taking damage. Like you want, like Moira is like more shooting than healing. I would say that BAP is like equal, I would say. Like you want to shoot and heal equal amount. Moira, you want to shoot more than you heal. Moira is a weird character. You'll disagree with a lot of things that I say, but trust me when I say like the things I say about Moira are like just how the way you should play Moira right now. If we're gonna look at Moira you play. But I like when you like Jaden has good aim. Like when she's shooting, she's getting good damage off on their DPS. So you wanna like that's something that we talked about before, where like you wanna bring out the biggest strength in your team. And like one of your strengths is that you have a support that can do good damage, but she can't do good damage if you're taking a shit ton of damage and forcing her to heal bot. So yeah, your fortify's dropped while they're poking. That's hard. That's horrible. Like that's like not like from you as a decision. It's just like that's bad for you in general as a tank player. If you're down fortify before the fight even starts, really when they're poke phase, like you're basically the Zarya's just gonna walk at you and damage you. Oh boy. Yeah, you kind of have to notice that. So like, I don't know who's calling this out here, but like, as soon as Zarya goes into Hotel, Connor, you should be rotating to the hotel doorway. And sort of like what you're gonna be doing here against Zarya is you're basically gonna have to take the beam damage, but you just can't shoot her bubbles. Like you just have to just exist in front of her, and as soon as both bubbles come out, that's when you can javelin her and not spin, but javelin her. And honestly, like I would say, like as soon as both bubbles get out, you can javelin her, and then you can fortify and just walk at her and headshot her. So your gun overloads slower when you're in fortify. So you can just literally just javelin her and just walk up. You can honestly, like, if she's like in this room still, you can, you can like say she uses both her bubbles right here. Like you can javelin her and then just walk at her and like try to fortify and block her in the room and just shoot her. Like she won't be able to really do anything. If you force lamp, then you can spin backwards. And that's an overall win for you, right? You force both bubbles, you force lamp, and then you reset. Like that's really good from you. Okay. But overall, I mean, you need to be taking less poke here so Jaden can kind of do more things. It's really hard. Like this meta sucks, bro. Like this is horrible for 10. Like it's awful. But yeah, you rotate too late, and then your team is kind of pinched right now, and they're kind of ignoring you, which is what they don't want. You don't want that to happen as Orisa. If they ignore you, which is basically what happened in my match, like they kind of just ignored me the whole time, and I just couldn't really do anything. They were just shooting my team. Like I was either taking the blunt everything or nothing. There was no in between. So get lamp forced on you. You guys kind of like, I don't know, like you guys kind of trade window here, but you like don't use the window and allow them to use the window. Like I get that he windowed, but like you have an Orisa in front of you, right? Like your Orisa's right here. She can kind of. I think this is unfortunate, but at the same time, like you should try to fight this. Like you shouldn't like just let them use their window and just completely negate yours because they use it at the same time. I think you're playing a little bit too safe. Like I would just like you have Hanzo Sojourn, they have Echo Sojourn. You have more poke. You also have Zen. So like you just should just like completely just put everything into this window to try to kill somebody. Because I think you just, like I said, I think you just respect them too much. Like you window and you see that they're window, and you're basically saying to yourself, I don't trust myself enough to try to trade with them for this window, so I'm just gonna leave and just allow them to get value. But yeah, I think like everybody leaves basically. Everybody. Like if you're just shooting in the window, if this guy runs at you, he's just gonna get shit on. Like this, like Pomku. Like this is a really stupid decision from him.
I could have put my window up a little more.
I think it was a fine spot, but I think you just need to use it. He basically just feeds his brains out right here, like the Pomku. Like yeah, instantly dead.
DPS
like,
players, am I right?
Horrible. Oh, yeah, DPS players, am I right? As you are in their backline right now.
I mean, I feel like this is a fine. I'm forward past the window, and I have ult.
No, so kind of, but not really. Thing about Orisa is this thing I struggle with. This is the thing I struggle with the most as Orisa, and I can't figure out. Like, I still make the mistake, even though I know not to. Is that you really can't trade? Like, you cannot trade with Orisa. You cannot try to like be the hero and go into their backline to try to do this. Like, I do this all the time. Like when Kiriko ults, like I'm playing a Kiriko, I'll like try to kill the Kiriko, and I can't. You can't do that. You just have to back up and just try to live. So in this, I would probably just want you to. What I would want you to do instead is I would want you to play right here. Play in this little stairway right here. You can shoot Pomku as he walks up. You can shoot the Zarya if she takes a longer angle. And then once, like, allow your team to use the window, you can crown the corner and spin when you have spin, just to negate any sort of damage. And you back up again when the spin is over. And once the window ends, then you walk up. And then you have your abilities back.
So this doesn't, I feel like this is a better spot for my team to be able to use window because I have pull and I can pull them all in, and then it's like a perfect spot for the window.
I don't know, because your ultimate is like, you're not invincible with your ultimate. So I would say,
but
Most
Yeah,
of the time
yeah.
they'll just back up. They'll just speed away, and you won't be able to do anything. And then you're basically just like what they'll do is the ultimate is really bad. It doesn't really stop anybody from doing anything. So like Lucio speeds backwards. Bubba uses his bubble so he doesn't get the speed disrates, and they go right here and they just start shooting you when you're ulting. Like
Hmm.
you basically just die. Like this, you either get nobody with the ultimate and you escape with really low health, or you just die. So
Okay.
there's really no way. Like the only time you ever want to use your ultimate is sort of like to catch somebody who's feeding. So like say there's Zarya like just walks into your backline, has no bubbles, and tries to escape, then you can ult her back into your
Okay.
backline and that you can try to kill her. But you can't really use it as like a hero play because they'll just kind of walk away from it and shoot you. Like this happens to me
Okay.
it happens to me all the time. Trust me. Like this is a mistake that I make. So instead, I'd want you to like this. Honestly, what could be really good for you is if you play right here and the Zarya walks up and she has no bubbles, just ult her. Like if she tries to walk away, ult her back into this window,
Okay.
and now she's vulnerable. But yeah, Jaden, I would say like no one's really shooting at you right now. Like even if Connor is feeding, like you should use the window as best you can. Oh boy, yeah, Connor dies. That sucks. So, I mean, if you had a Lucio, you could send back to get him.
He jumps so much. Holy shit! I need to stop. I can't. It's like.
Okay. That's pretty good so far. Connor, you see how you're feeding right now? And
Yes.
you're like,
Yeah.
yeah. You see how you're literally just like forcing Jaden to just heal you. The only character that's
I
good
assume I
on-
should be playing like by hotel
yeah.
and just like, giving
yeah,
up point progress.
Yeah, and you basically what you want to do here is you can give up a quick tick because you're just like you're down one still, right? 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. Like Connor is still, or he's up here now, but
Mhm.
you're coming back from spawn, so you can give up like a tick. But I would just say like right here, poke and force a bubble out of Zarya. Once Zarya has one bubble down, you can walk into her because she only has because you kind of want her to use both of them on herself. Like, she'll use one bubble immediately to get charge. Most Zaryas will use one bubble immediately to get charge, and then save the second one to either get out or to like enable their DPS or something like that. But if you get one bubble out and then pressure her hard, she's gonna have to use the second bubble on herself, and then basically she's like has nothing. She's just like a walking flesh suit. Just
Okay.
like just shoot. Yeah. So stay right here. You can shoot her out when she puts one bubble down. You can kind of walk. You can take a little bit more space. Then you should never spin on her because you can just kind of walk. And as soon as you walk on this corner, obviously these people are going to start shooting you. So now you have spin to stop that damage. And what that's doing is it's basically just stalling out time for Jaden to get more damage in, and John to do things. And also Jaden, if you know that he has Fortify, you don't really have to heal bot him. Like if like you can let him kind of take a little bit more damage and shoot with him. Like if Zarya has no bubbles and he's 75% health, Connor, I would just want you to shoot the Zarya with him. Like I don't want you to heal bot him because you can just kind of confirm that kill. And if he gets really low, he should be using his Fortify to keep himself up. Then you can heal him for a second. And if he gets really low again, then you can lamp him. But most of the time, yeah, I want you kind of like. Moira is different where you kind of want to heal bot a little bit more because you're just trying to charge Cole. Like that's really what it is. Yeah, but you see how you're basically forced trans out because of that. Which I don't think Nimrod should have trans, but I mean, he wants to keep you alive.
Yeah, because
so.
then they grab like right after, and then we all just die.
And then you have now you don't have lamp for grab either. So basically sum up this fight. They do nothing and you just lose. Like they do nothing to you. You just force yourself to use abilities and lose.
They just poke us so much.
I mean, not even that they poked you. You just put yourself in a bad situation to where you had to use 2 of those abilities, and then you just lose. So like they haven't really done it. Like you won the first 2 fights pretty good. and then you just force yourself to use abilities, and then you just lose. I mean, Bubba Y basically gets a free grab off. Like, he didn't do anything. He just gets a free grab. I would have swapped to Lucio now at this point.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
I want that to be you, Jaden. I want you to be the one that tells people that they have to swap, because you have more game knowledge than anybody else on the team, I would say. So, if you think something's not working, I think that you should tell Nimrod, he's gonna swap to Lucio. Like, you should swap to Lucio. Or John, if he's not getting enough thing on Hanzo, you should swap to something else. I think you have the ability to kind of see that.
I mean, I guess the only thing though is that what I think we tend to think of Lucio as an engager, and we only really play Lucio when we're on a rush or kind of more divey comp. I don't think we've actually ever played Orisa with Lucio, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, so basically, this is how support works right now. Lucio is played every single map, no matter what, basically.
Okay.
He's basically just played every single map because he does everything well right now in this meta. He pokes well, he peels well, he heals well, he has a defensive ultimate. He basically does everything that Zen does right now, but better, because he just does more. Zen does more damage, but that's it. Zen doesn't have more healing, he doesn't have more peel, he doesn't have more everything that, because Lucio's ultimate can stop anti, can stop Queen ult, can stop Orisa ult, Zen ult can't. So everything that Zen does, Lucio does better, except for he does a little bit less damage, but he still has basically the same amount of poke. And you basically want to be running, and then Yo basically playing Kiriko, Moira most of the time, and Bap on these types of maps. But honestly, you could probably just run Kiriko here, or Moira instead of Bap.
I'm not very confident on Curie. I need to.
Well, then we gotta work on it because she's good.
Yeah.
So we gotta work on it then. I would say don't run it tonight, but put an emphasis on the Moira or the Bap if you absolutely have to. But next scrim, I think you should play Kiriko basically almost the whole time, and just try to get more confident with her. And what you can do is just play comp for 2 hours and just play only Kiriko, just to get a feel for the character. That's what I did for Orisa last week. I played 4 hours of Orisa in comp, and it just I didn't enjoy it, but I got better at the character.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, there's people that have preferences, but you can't just not play characters because you're not comfortable on them. You have to learn them. That's what I've been doing with Duke, because he only played Junkrat, but now he's learning Sojourn. He's pretty good at Sojourn. He didn't play Sojourn before we played this, and he's pretty good at Sojourn now. So, good window. I really like this window, honestly. Connie repeating. Yeah, really good fight, honestly, though. I think your windows are way better. I know we talked about before how they were too far back. I would say that's not the case. Okay, yeah, you kind of. Let's see what happens. I would say you're just not a good spot.
Yeah.
I'd say you just need to be more farther back. Also, Nimrod just is not doing anything. He's not. Lucio would be so good here. We just speed back if they Pomku is he's a good player, but he's literally, this is the second time in a row that he's just feeding with his ultimate. He's just absolutely feeding. All you do here is just speed away on Lucio. It's all you do is just speed backwards and shoot him. But we're at such a disadvantage because we're playing Zenyatta. We're putting ourselves at such did you watch Gold Gossip last night?
Yeah.
Everyone in the lobby was just saying you guys put yourself at such a disadvantage because you don't play the right characters. And it's just it's so true. If you guys are just playing Lucio, you just literally just speed away, shoot him, and he just doesn't do anything. If he spins into you, you just shoot him after he spins. He only has 300 health. He doesn't have 625 or whatever that Larissa has. You just shoot him, and he just dies. And then you just speed away, and you have beat for the grav, and you have Rail and Hanzo Dragon to force them away when you're trying to back up. Like you have like good things here, but the Zenyatta like literally just destroys your comp. Like it's just so bad. Lucio does so much for you. But basically what happens is you just kind of get like Lucio, you can see that Lucio is currently speeding them in. So you're just
Should I pulled like immediately here instead of trying to like go for a setup? Should I have like pulled here?
I guess in the situation maybe, yeah.
I think I pulled too late.
I
and
guess
it's kind of just feeding.
in this situation because
Because I do think I try and dragon.
Yeah, I think like if Jaden's backed up, pressed up right here, right? If you're right here with the team,
Hmm.
and John's a little bit farther back, and you have a Lucio, or you don't have a Lucio here because we're this in situation you don't. Like everyone just plays back, and yeah, Connor, you kind of notice that they're walking in. This is the times to ult. Just trying to
Adaptive circuits engaged.
like as soon as you I would
Yeah.
just, you have the right idea. You do. It's just he just gets the grab off in time. Oh, you almost killed Bap. That sucks. And then Nimrod just like Nimrod. I hate the shit out of Nimrod, but he just he does next to nothing the whole fight, and then he just throws his ultimate out when you're down 3. So he's done negative for you.
Now you see me? Now
I'm trying to emphasize this. I emphasized this with the Junkrat when we were playing the Junkrat earlier, and we swapped off Junkrat. We can't play Zed. It's not good. I think there's only like 2 maps you can probably play Zed on. One of them is Havana. The other one is like what's that other long one? I forget the name for it.
Circuit?
Yes. Okay.
This ends now.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna watch Jaden here, but at the same time, Connor, never jump into a fight that you don't know where they are. I feel like you just walk around this corner and just jump.
I think John. I'm waiting for Jaden to position, but then John dragons and
Yeah,
tells us
just
to go in with us.
Just don't go in.
Okay.
Like if John dragoning here is not, this is not a. This ultimate is not an engagement ultimate. It's not like an ultimate that you dive onto.
Okay.
I've never heard that before. Like just wait for their supports. Like there's no reason to do this. Because what you do is you basically like I know you see them for a second, but you don't even like jump on anybody. Like you kind of just like walk around the corner and just throw yourself into their backline.
Yeah.
Instead, like all you do here is just wait a second for your supports to go up, and then you just walk around the corner and you jump on Bap and Echo and force them up high ground. And now they're just running away. You're in a better spot.
Yep.
You jump up
Okay.
high ground. You force Bap down. Maybe force Lamp. Force Echo to fly away. Now she doesn't have good high ground presence, and now your team swaps on the corner. You're also running 3 poke characters with Monkey. You need to have at least one character that dives with you. You don't have like you guys still do. You did this before with Monkey. You don't have anybody to help Connor when he jumps in. Like there's nobody to die with him. At this point, you just play Orisa. Like there's no you don't have it. Like you should have Genji. You should have or Tracer or Echo or somebody to jump in with you. Or you just basically just die here. So you're not in position and just die. I mean, your life for Sojourn's life is not a good trade.
Yeah, I've also just like I always whenever I like call what ults to use before a fight, I always say for Connor like where do we want to overclock? Where do you want to overclock from? And let's overclock. But I don't know if it's just because I don't know how to play with overclock, but he just like never uses it, and I don't know if that's just because I don't know how overclock works, and like it's not an ultimate you should engage with. And
no. So yeah, so overclock basically what it is it's sort of like an ultimate that you want to use if you feel like you're not getting kills off of the initial dive. You don't want to engage with overclock.
okay.
Because
Yeah, so a lot of my like shot calling with overclock is to poke someone out, like a Kiri, get out either Suzu or TP, and then we go in with whenever we get those cooldowns
so
out with overclock.
what I would do against this is Usually you're playing. So I'm gonna use this scenario as if you're playing Orisa, because you're playing Orisa. So if you're playing Orisa with Sojourn, um, the main thing you basically want to do is the best time to use overclock is during the mid fight, because they're not really playing their initial cover. When the fight breaks out, a lot of times they're not really playing their initial cover. So what you want to do, basically, what you kind of have to set him up for this, where you just basically just shoot the tank for like 10 to 15 seconds and force out as much as you can. Like if they're playing Orisa, you basically just want to spin to force his spin, and you want to fortify into his face. Like if he spins before you do, you could basically just like fortify and shoot him. Like you just like, or if he fortifies, you can do the same thing. Like if he you want to basically just get one of their tank's abilities out, and you want to pressure him super hard, because that's gonna pressure the support. Not like you're gonna have a better time pressuring the support out by pressuring their tank than by pressuring their support, because it's just easier to shoot the tank. So you just kind of shoot the tank, force their BAP to lamp, force their Kiriko to Suzu, force their Moira to fade into a better position. And once this fight breaks out and you've gotten all their resources out, then Connor can decide if he wants to overclock. Because you can basically just because what the thing about Sojourn is that you can get a pick with a rail just like randomly at the beginning of the fight. You can just get a random rail pick, and you won't need overclock. So you basically run the fight how it is, and then if Connor decides that he needs overclock in the mid fight, he just uses it, and they're down resources, so they have to either fight you or run away, and then you just pressure them with overclock. You just you walk at them and allow Connor to take an angle and shoot them while they escape, or if they fight it, they just lose to the overclock.
So how do I like articulate that in like a fight plan?
So basically, what you say in the fight plan is we're playing, you just say we're playing for overclock, and everybody should know that means that you're just gonna shoot the tank. So you can relay that to your team later today.
Okay.
So say to them, say this. You can probably write this down if you want, but say to them basically is that you want to use overclock in the mid fight after they've gotten resources out. So you want to pressure the tank to force resources, and then when that's done, Connor can decide when he wants to overclock. You don't have to tell him when he should overclock. Just he should just do it when he thinks he needs to.
Okay, cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, much. Like I said before, I've been using it to just poke out supports, get out util, and then we go in once we got the util out.
And
instead
as
we should
Orisa
be
too,
poking the tank.
something that you can do as Orisa and Sojourn, which I've been trying to do with RJ, is if he has rail, you can tell him to call when he has rail, and you can basically go like 3, 2, 1. I'm spearing Kiriko, or 3, 2, 1. I'm spearing Lucio. 3, 2, 1. I'm spearing Sojourn.
Okay.
And what that does is you could either hit both of them and just kill him. Like it just basically makes it like you could literally just kill him. Like the chance to kill him is high. It's easy to hit it's it's not easy, but it's like you could always hit a javelin on him. You could always hit a rail on him. If you hit one of them, that's value. If you hit both of them, you kill him. It's instant death. If you hit a rail javelin and a rail shot at the same time, he dies instantly.
So should I be calming for Connor to start to save rail once he gets it up, instead of just like shooting, and then he lines up a target on something
basically
else?
what it is like he just wants to tell you when he has rail, and if you have javelin, just say, okay, I'm 3, 2, 1ing him. But you don't have to save rail. Like if you don't have javelin, he has rail, just till he shoots. He says, I have rail, and you go, I don't have javelin. Okay. I don't have spear. Spear is an easier way to say it. I don't have spear. Okay. I have rail. Okay, I'm spearing Sojourn. 3, 2, 1. Then you throw a spear at Sojourn.
I'll talk to Connor about that. Just call when he has rail and do spear, and then that will mean I have rail.
You could also turn his volume up if you need, and
I already have. I have him.
Yeah.
He's the loudest person I have on Discord at 100%.
Good, yeah. And then also just try. I know it's hard, but try to not repeat yourself a bunch.
Should he target as well? Should he call the target for me to spear? Or which one's more important?
I would say it's more important for you to do it, just because it's just easy. It's easier for you to call the target because you're basically positioned to them. You're positioned to them way better than he is in the fight. You can basically see everyone, and he might be only able to see 4 people. So it's just easier for you to call out who to shoot with the spear.
So when I know this is Jaden's VOD.
I know it's fine.
No,
I'm
it's
trying.
okay,
I'm
you're
working
learning.
on it. When I say like, okay, I have spear, do I say like I'm spearing this lady 3-2-1, and like Connor like says, oh, I can't see him, or should I say, can
No,
I spear this
just
person?
okay. No. Yeah, I understand that makes sense. So basically, what it is it's sort of it's not it's going to not work more the times that it does. It's not it's just basically the chance to kill someone. So the time a good time you could do it is like when you're like the initial when you have rail and when you're initially walking around a corner. So like say Connor is charging rail. Like say you're at this corner, right? And Connor is charging rail up here, and you're standing right here. So when he has rail, you basically just say we walk around the corner and you say spearing. Okay, I'm spearing Sojourn or whoever's like closest to you in 3, 2, 1. You throw the spear out. If he doesn't hit the, if he's not there, it's whatever. You just spear him. You still try to
Mhm.
spear the Sojourn. It's basically just kind of like where it lines up. It could work.
Okay.
It's not sort of like a win condition. It's not the end all be all of the fight. It's sort of just an extra thing you can do to try to get a kill. It's basically
Yeah,
what it is.
actually really appreciate this because I'm trying to work on like more different combos instead and like play style callouts instead of just like ults for ults,
Yeah.
etc.
Like, did you play in Overwatch 1?
I did, yeah.
So
I
like
played
Orisa,
season 1
so
though, bro.
like Orisa pull, like
Yeah, with
like you
Hog.
combo with Orisa pull, or anything really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
think of it as that. You're just comboing Orisa
I
pull,
wasn't very good. I didn't
something like
play
that.
very competitively. But okay, cool. So he should say like, do you have spear? And then I go to my brain saying, yeah, I do,
No,
and I
so
know that
yeah,
he is rail.
we to minimize the chatter as much as possible. Basically, you can write this down if you want, or I have this recorded so you can listen to it back.
Yeah.
Is basically you just the only thing that's said is I have rail. He says I have rail. If you don't have spear, you just say I don't have spear, and then the conversation's over. And then he rails, and then you reset in and like a little bit to do it again if you want.
So it'd be. I guess this is like just personal preference that we should talk about. That I'll talk about with Connor because I don't think it's
Yeah.
too important.
But
I
I would
just
say,
I feel like
to make
saying
it the most least confusing as possible. You say he says I have rail, and then you just say okay, I'm spearing Sojourn in 3, 2, 1, and then you just spear Sojourn.
okay,
Mhm.
cool.
So and then if he says I don't have rail, then you just spear Sojourn instead. But
So-
like
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just that way Connor's like isn't like so that way you're not calming that he should be saving rails. It's just he should just be communicating when he has them.
yeah,
And then
either
following
way
up
you
with
should
that.
still be spearing the Sojourn regardless. But that way you have the chance to combo. But like you
Yeah.
shouldn't ask him if he has it, because you're going to be spearing the Sojourn anyway. It's just kind of that little type of communication you can add to the conversation, to where that's available if you need. But mostly you're basically think of it as like you're already spearing the Sojourn regardless, but the opportunity to do that is there. The combo. This fight is over though, so you just lose. But this is the time where you want to run, or I would say you would run Kiri instead of Anna into Zarya. Because you have Suzu for you have Suzu and you'll be running Kiri Lucio. You have Suzu and you have Beat for Grav. You have Suzu for basically everything. You don't have to you don't have to wait out your the bubbles to use your abilities.
30 seconds remaining.
So basically you're saying just don't play Ana with
Against Zarya.
Get in there.
okay.
Because what's happening right now is you're running Zen. Because when you run Ana Brig, your Zen can pack the DPS, but you're running Zen, so you can't pack anybody. So you have to you can't. Basically, the DPS aren't gonna get heals. That's basically what it is. So with Kiriko, you can at least throw in a Fuda at them for a second and heal them. And with Lucio, he can kind of AoE heal them. You don't really have to worry about healing the DPS too much.
So our biggest issue is literally just
Team
team
comp.
comps.
You just need to play the right characters. Like, I think you would
Okay.
like everyone agrees on full gossip. You probably be 2-0 if you play the right characters. You would have. I think you would have beaten Krakens, and I think you probably would have 3-0'd this team. I would say.
So I'm gonna put a side note here.
You guys should have a comp sheet.
Yeah, we have a comp sheet, but it's not like fully filled out.
I don't know.
Like
it's
when we
updated
played on
by
Cat,
that.
when we were on Cat Boys before we had a coach, we literally just consulted the comp sheet every time. Like every single time we looked at the comp sheet, whatever that was said is what we played. Oh, you almost got out coming.
I had a sick juggle on Busan,
You know, be
by
sick.
the way. I don't.
You'll be sick though. Like, hate to beat a dead horse here, but you have trans, so assuming you would have beat when you're playing Lucio. If Connor's up here, he can get beated, and he doesn't have to be in the AOE of AOE of trans. He could just get beated. Lucio could just beat, and he would survive.
Yeah, Jaden can attest. I juggled for like the first time ever. It was badass. You're about to see Nimrod feat to kill the Zarya, I'm pretty sure. Or that was a different time.
Oh, hard. Yeah, really bad.
He
yeah.
he fat fingered that.
Okay. Okay.
I don't have that issue. I have small hands.
What happened? Why is he over there?
Because he tried to use it, and then
Okay, Connor's feeding. Okay, just let him die. Just let him die. At this point, just let him die. He's feeding so hard. Just let him die. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then he feeds for the Zarya here. He walks in.
Wait, what game was this?
This was
Tuesday's
not
match.
yesterday. This was a while. Yeah. Kendall just realized he wasn't in it.
Like I think like
No,
like
I mean, I realized that from the
Nimrod
start.
should just be consistently vodding with Steven. Just playing Lucy all the time.
Good shots, Jaden.
yeah.
You guys should have just like at this point you guys should have just picked Steven should have just joined your team. And you should have had Nimrod as like double flex support. Something like that. Because if we're not we gotta play Lucio. Have to.
You don't mean it.
What?
You don't mean that.
I do mean that.
Oh, thank Christ it's not when I'm cooking with ball. I've had some real. I think I can only play ball on that one boost Nepal map.
Good pick. I think this is a good rotate. I really like this. I think you guys just try to minimize the poke that Zarya can take with the rebels, and just kind of like you kind of bring it to her right away. I think it's good. Okay, yeah, I kind of like this actually. I think even though this is technically a feed, I think the chances of John dying to just the supports is like low. Because I mean, against Kiriko, if this was like Moira Lucio, I would probably not want him to do this. But because Moira's will most likely try to fight him, but I don't. Kiriko is probably gonna TP away. So I would say this is fine because first of all they separate themselves, and then he just kind of like forces out TP. I think it's pretty good, or they just kill him, right? Yeah, they just kill him. This is pretty good. I like this actually. You don't need to lamp that.
Yeah.
He's blocking. You don't need to lamp. He will not die. Like just all you have to do here, my select support does this to me all the time when I'm playing Ram, is just tell him to block and just stand there. Just say just block. So just like all you have to say. And Connor will continue to just block and you just heal him. Like when he's blocking, you're healing completely out, like basically out heals their damage. Like they won't do any damage to him. He'll just get healed. Yeah, because you
I actually
you waste
didn't
life
know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, he takes like 80% less damage from the front. So you just
Wow, okay.
you just heal him and he just doesn't take any damage basically.
I thought block just didn't do that much. Like I thought it was just like a save yourself kind of thing, but
It does. It takes.
didn't know it.
It does. It reduces damage from the front by 80% or something like that.
That's
Um,
wild.
So he can literally just sit there and block, and you just heal him. Because right here he's not doing that. Like just have him like all you have to do is basically just tell him to block, and he just blocks, and you just heal him all the way to full. And then you don't have. Then you can use lamp. If he doesn't have nemesis and he's low, then you can lamp him. Or John beats. Sorry, dies here for sure. Nice. Tell him to block. You should just block here. Yep, he does. Yeah, you should just like once you get below 200 health, Connor, just block.
Okay.
Overall, I think that was a good fight. You guys had a really solid rotation. So you see how immediately Bubba Wyatt swaps to Orisa? He's counter picking you. So I would just swap to Orisa. Or honestly, if you want, you can swap to, I don't know, you play Zarya or something like that. Like if you don't want to play Orisa, you could probably try Zarya.
I'm much stronger on Orisa.
Okay, yeah, just swap Orisa. This guy, he's like so like he loves his little map score that he has. Where he's like 5-0 in maps, but he's just like counter picking every tank.
Yeah.
See what he's doing to you right now?
Yeah.
He's basically just bullying you. So I would have had an immediate swap to Orisa. Do you not swap to Orisa?
I don't remember.
Okay, do you
I
want
don't know if I do.
If you don't swap to Orisa, Jaden, we don't even have to look at the rest of this map if you want. But,
You just want to scroll through.
I mean,
but
we swapped Monkey like with like 1 minute left
I would
on
not
the
swap
clock.
Monkey to Orisa. It's
That was to get Soj off of high ground because we pushed the cart eventually to like the very corner where the Soj can take up that.
basically what
high
I
ground
want
at
you
the
to
top.
do, Connor, is if they're not playing Orisa, you can either play Orisa and have an advantage, or you can play another one of your characters if you want. But if they're playing Orisa, you have to play Orisa.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
writing that
don't.
down.
I personally don't have any quorums with not playing Orisa.
Yeah. If they're running Ram, you can play Orisa. Or you could play Zarya, or you could play like Ram, or you could play Junker Queen or something. If they're running Orisa, you have to play Orisa, and there's nothing else you could do. You have to play
Yeah,
Orisa.
I don't think I really have like any quorums for tank on who not to play. I just
A
can't
bad
play
window.
Doomfist because I don't know how to play Doomfist.
Bad window, Jaden. Beat. You see how we did? See what just happened there, Connor?
Yes,
That's
that's
what you would
exactly
do.
what should have happened.
That's
to
what
me.
you would do.
Yeah.
That's what happens. This is like instead, all he could have done. This is why I said you're gonna win. He didn't have to do that. This is a bad win. All he could have done is just stand right here, and the window is completely negated, and you just kill Connor, and they just win the fight. But
Yeah.
he basically makes it. Basically what this is that he's making it easier for you guys to win. Good beat from Nimrod though. Really well done though, I will say. Like Connor, you guys basically trade tanks and you notice that you can win still. And you invest 3 ultimates, but whatever. I mean, you still win. They invest 3, so you still win. This is probably your best fight so far. One thing about Blade that I want you guys to know is that John will engage with Blade, and I think it's hard to do that in this day and age.
Do I treat it like Soj?
Yeah.
How do we play for Blade?
I would try to force resources first
Okay.
before you Blade. Because basically what happens is when you Blade, everyone looks at you. Every single
So
person
is
on
the
their team.
best way for me as the tank to trade, get out resources, not to peek so my supports can do more damage?
Oh wait, I think I yelled at Connor here. Not tank Connor, small Connor.
But the best way to force out resources against your team, like specifically if you're playing Orisa, is to shoot the tank and spear their DPS and supports.
Okay.
Like
And then just not shoot past that? Just take as
in
minimal
the Orisa
damage?
mirror, you have to shoot the Orisa or else you lose.
Okay.
If you're not, it's basically Mauga. If you're not shooting Mauga and he's shooting you, you're losing. If you're not shooting Orisa and he's shooting you, you're losing. So basically what you'll do is you'll just shoot Orisa, try to cycle your cooldowns as much as possible, and spear their backline. That's all it is.
Okay.
I think Connor slides here. into their team with overclock.
Okay, so
And-
so one thing, yeah, but one thing about Kirk Ultimate is just it immediately speed away. There's no, you don't really have to trade anymore. Like if
I think
he,
we have Lucio and Cart. Should John be on Cart here? I just feel like Lucio is
no,
so
Lucio and Cart's
important.
fine. So basically what you're doing here is, you guys make the mistake of you stay for too long. So
Mm.
what you're doing is you're basically you're just making it so they can't take like these corners. So like basically what'll happen is most of the time you will encounter, they'll get here basically. You want that, you don't want them to get this corner or this corner, right? They're gonna be here before this cart crosses this corner. So what I want, this is where I would say this is the farthest you go, Connor,
Okay.
because you can still poke from here, but
And
you're
I'm not giving them super but no, like
you're not giving
angles.
you're not giving them a bunch of space, but you're keeping yourself alive and you're putting your sports in a bad spot. This is bad spot, Jaden. I would like Kiriko.
Really?
Yeah, because you have to walk to get out of here. Especially since your Lucio's on cart. Like I'd want you just right here, literally just right here, like right behind Connor. Because what happens is, like, if you're ult tracking, right?
Mm.
Say they have. Get out of here. Say they have Blizzard, or OC, or this, right? These three ultimates. If you're up here, someone walks around the corner. Soj sees you, she OCs you, and you just have to run away, and you're forced to use lamp on yourself, and you just either die or force lamp. Because if a Sojourn walks around the corner and sees you up here, she's probably gonna ult you. Kiriko, if you're cracking Kiriko ult, obviously they're gonna Kiriko ult down here when they see. So now you have to walk into the Kiriko ult to escape.
Should I?
Oh, 1 second. So May
Okay.
ultimate, when they walk up here, when they speed up, you're gonna have to walk through the May ultimate or walk backwards away from the May ultimate to try to survive, and you're just in a bad spot.
Mm.
What were you gonna say?
Should I? Is it okay to play up there if the cart was further ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Like if the cart's right here, perfect spot for you to play. I would say.
Okay.
If the cart is back here, you have to you should know that the fight isn't gonna be right here, right? This is not
Mm.
gonna be the fight. The fight is gonna be either right here or right here. It's not gonna be up here because you have Lucio and cart, so you're pushing
Do you
cart.
think it would be so is this like giving up the far left like any I guess they're not playing like any dive characters. Like if they had a tracer, should John be like contesting the left here instead
So,
of like poking out main?
Basically, what's gonna happen is John is gonna be up here poking. If they have a tracer and he sees the tracer go left, I would just like John. Literally, all John has to do, because like you guys are really good mechanically. I can trust John to just literally just walk backwards and go over here and try to kill him.
Okay. Yeah,
Like
that's my question pretty much.
like he doesn't, like if I see John like see the tracer and just stash over here, that's a feed. I would say that's a feed. Like he
Okay.
can literally just walk backwards over here, and even then, like Nimrod's right here. Like if Tracer's right here, you could just 2v1 him, and he just has to
Yeah,
leave.
I'm just like I don't know if we struggle or just like I get super like anxiety against the tracer because I just feel like we struggle so much against the tracer.
I have had every single tracer I've dueled in this elo like scared of me. So
I will say
don't know.
people like yes, there's glazing and gold gossip, but like it comes down to it, they're like people are scared of John in the backline or on the flanks as Genji. Like people are starting to respect him as a Genji player, which means he is gonna have more room to do things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So and people are respecting, like people are talking about Connor more like that, like even though it's like it actually is a real thing where like they're gonna play differently around you guys because they know your DPS can do that. So I would say ideal scenario here, if the cart is coming up here, I want Big Sim Connor right here. I want John either up here poking or like maybe right behind him poking, or honestly John could be up here too because he could just dash away. So we'll say Big Sim Connor right here. We'll say John could be up here, or Connor could also be up here. Actually, I'm gonna because I forgot you guys are running Sojourn, so I'm gonna put Connor up here. I want John either up here or more realistically down here. So this is John. That looks like a T. That's J. I want Jaden behind him, and I want Lucio and Cart. And basically what you're doing is you're just poking. This is not a fight. You're just poking. You're standing here and you're poking, and you're basically just wasting resources as they come into the fight. Like say, excuse me. Say you force spin early, or you force fortify, or you force ice block, or you force Suzu, or you force amp. Like that's all value. Instead of trying to fight them with all their resources, you use this to your advantage. You poke them out, and when they walk in here, like this was a hard. Like we'll watch this play out, and I'll talk while this plays out here, so we don't waste too much time. This is a horrible, horrible, horrible ultimate by Kiriko, because you can literally just speed away. Like you can just speed away. Everyone can just speed backwards, and like if everyone's standing right here, Connor's up here, Connor slides this way. Everyone just like Nimrod walks back up a little bit, and you just speed backwards, and you just completely negate this ultimate, and there's nothing they can do. I would not do that, Connor. I would not try to. You see, you're trying to trade.
Okay.
You're trying to trade, and your ultimate is basically. See what they have. See what they do.
They back out. Yeah.
They just back away, and your they just back like Bubba Wyatt backs away. He spears you away, and everyone just plays back until it ends.
This
Hey,
ends now.
What's
Hi,
up,
Connor.
Big Simp Connor, or Big Dude is best. Sorry.
Crunching in my lunch break. Get good enough.
What?
The fact that you're up there for so long is insane to me, Jaden. You were up there the whole time. That's insane. Nobody shot you for like half a minute. Then you finally get killed. But see what happens? Like if you were up there before the cart was there, Soldier could just fly up to you and just kill you. I don't want you to have to 1v1 a Sojourn on high ground. I don't want you to have to do that. All right.
I think I could win, maybe. If it was
We have everyone
just
here.
Nah, I win.
We'll go to the next map, and we'll just do John. So we'll just have John's POV for the next map.
What?
Stop doing that, Connor. Stop looking at Tracer. Big Sim, Connor.
Yeah. Like I
Why-
said, I'm just like.
I don't know why I
Yeah, what the
shifted.
fuck is that? Yeah. Nobody's low.
I don't know
I
why.
don't think anybody. I don't think anybody has even had taken any damage.
It was instinct.
This ends.
Stop jumping. Yeah, so this is when I went with Rissa. Like, if you haven't yet.
Yeah.
You're just getting shit on, Connor. Like, it's not like you're doing good and you're getting shit on. Like you're almost winning fights and you're getting shit on. Like, which is crazy because you're just so much better than them. You guys, as a whole. I'm hungies. Might take a quick second to get a snack after this map, and then we'll do John. Okay.
Window.
Connor, also, if you're still here, or Connor, are you here?
Okay, talk about this later. Talk about this after. Talk about this after.
Yeah, I'm just telling him to watch the video because we have like some pretty
No, I got so pissed here because
important things we talked about earlier.
Oh no, Nimrod. Oh no, Nimrod. God, you basically could have just Ajaxed there. And it wouldn't have
Oh, don't
changed
worry.
anything.
You already know that we pulled.
Humanity is shackled. I
Oh.
No way. You swapping off with ult? Oh my god.
I made that call.
Guys, we don't swap with ultimates. When there's a minute left, we don't swap with ultimates.
What is it now?
Also, why'd we swap to Moira Monkey?
Tracer.
Just go Kiriko. I know you're not comfortable with it. You just have to run it. You know what I mean? You just go Kiriko in this situation. Moira Monkey is not good. Because you can't heal bot a monkey. See? Yeah, see? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were Kiriko, you would have been able to keep it in. Oh boy, Nimrod. You get stuck there. I know you didn't.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, Nimrod. This guy sucks. See, it's Pomku. That guy sucks. He didn't like. How did he not kill you there?
Oh no.
Guys, All right, but anyways, yeah, really bad. Okay. John, I have the codes for. What other maps did you give us? Queen Street and Route. Did you want to look at those? Either of those?
A turkey!
What?
You in the
Queens
car?
was just an overall terrible map for me because I was molding after the route.
Which one?
Queen. I could just do literally nothing on Queen, so I don't know if it's
Did
even worth it.
We can watch Route then.
Yeah, let's watch Route.
What's Route? Is Connor? Do you have a job? I thought you were in school.
Yeah, he
I'm
He
working
works
on
at
it.
like a technical school or whatever.
Oh, right. Okay. So you have like a co-op? I assume.
Don't know well.
That's what RJ did. He went to Essex Tech.
I apologize to everybody for yesterday's scrim. I was not having a very good day, and I was a little frustrated. I just wanted the day to
I
end.
joined, and I was
okay.
like, what the fuck are you doing? Adam Hughes said they had a top 50 hog player and then
Oh
two
my-
flat
Did
console
the
players.
team?
What?
You should skip
It
ahead
was a
very.
collegiate. It was a collegiate team.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
I'm only.
Oh, this is I see.
Oh no. You guys lose this map.
Yes.
Does he
Yeah.
play hog
Probably.
the whole time?
Yes.
Oh my
Mm.
god, guys. Come on.
Remember, this is
Seriously.
Bubba
Well,
Wyatt.
oh,
I-
this
I-
is not
I-
the scrim from yesterday.
I
John.
know, but
I
I,
don't-
but I
I
can't.
don't-
But I can't. But this is
No,
okay.
he plays hog the
okay.
entire time until the
This is
until,
this
until
is not a
defense.
top 50 hog. This is Bubba Wyatt. This
Yeah,
is
this
not
Yeah,
a
no,
top
we're
50
talking
hog.
about the scrim from yesterday.
I know,
We
but
played Root.
you should not lose this map, guys. I'm
Oh,
sorry to be
I
mean, but
know.
you should
Oh.
not lose this.
Adam, I know.
So what happens here, Connor, is as soon as you see he's on hog, I would just go back to spawn and swap to Rissa. I wouldn't even try to fight it. Just
Okay.
go back to spawn and swap to Rissa.
So basically, just play Arista
Right
for
now.
every map.
Right now. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Play Arista for
Finally,
everything.
we've figured it out. We figured it out, guys. We're not losing another map.
Can you do
I'm
like
not
a like
doing
a
as
like a
much
tank
poking here as the hog, right? That makes sense, Adam.
Can I do a what?
like a tank tier list? Like just top 3 tanks right now? Is it just
It's Orisa. It's
Arista
uh,
and Arista.
Diva is pretty good on dive maps. Orisa, Diva, and I guess
What about
Ram is like
Ramatra?
it's like Orisa, Diva, then a break in the tier list, and then Ramatra. I would say.
what if we did this same comp but with Diva?
No, just play Orisa. No, they're playing hog.
Okay.
Just play Orisa.
When I play against the hog as a Rissa, am I like spearing him every
Just-
time he
you are
heals,
just
or-
shooting him the whole time, and there's nothing he can do
Okay.
about it.
That,
You're
that's
just-
what I did against.
All
like,
you do is just get
yesterday.
in his face. You just get in his
Okay.
face. If he tries to hook you, you have 3 abilities to stop it. Every single ability you have stops hog.
Got it.
If he tries to heal, you just spear him. If he tries to hook you, you spin or fortify. Like I wouldn't be opposed, literally, to just fortifying and just shooting at hog in the face, because there's nothing you can do about it. Just walk up to
we-
him and fortify and shoot him.
We should not be playing Moira, I assume, against the hog because we're taking a lot of poke.
I
and
would
the
play.
fights
So
last
I
a
would
long
play. I
time.
would play the comp against Hog, which is weird because you never play against Hog. Is literally Orisa, Kiriko, Lucio, and then Sojourn. You could just play Sojourn Genji. Just literally all you have to do is just swap Sojourn, just swap Orisa. You just win. Doesn't matter what you're playing. You could be playing fucking Alari Zen, and you'd win against a Hog if you play Orisa.
What's her name?
Is it Alari? I say Alari. This frustrates me so. Because if I played Hog, I'd probably lose. I will be playing Hog though if we're up 2-0 tonight in our match.
Oh, yeah.
I told Fish that if in our featured match against Bubble Tea, if we're up 2-0 playing Hog at 3rd map.
Oh, because it's Triage's team, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think your movement's terrible on Kiriko. I'm not seeing anything terrible from you here. But,
I
like,
just
see how you can't do
reckon-
anything? Like, Connor, you just have to, like... At this point, like, you should be... He's kind of counterpicking you. You should just... Like... If they're running Orisa and you're playing Ram, you should swap after the first fight. If they're running... Like, if they're countering you on tank, you should just swap immediately
Okay.
after the first fight. Because you're inherently at disadvantage.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Sojourn.
Good beat, honestly. Honestly, good beat. Oh, Connor doesn't get it. That sucks. How did he not get it?
Sojourn.
Oh, he was monkeying around in this room down here. He was monkeying
Classic
around.
Connor.
This ends now.
Somebody's gotta heal Connor here. Somebody heal him. Oh boy.
I tried.
No, that's Lucio. That's
GPS
Nimrod.
supports.
I guess also Monkey's dead, so you could be healing him. You beat Toxic. He stinks. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
I loved the Suzu I did there. I was so proud of myself.
Just a dodge to the blade on my screen.
Dude, look at him. Look at him. He can't do anything. Look at him. You guys would probably already have taken third point by now if you're playing Arista. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we're watching John. I don't know why. We haven't even watched Mr. John once.
Yay.
That's just toxic. Hold on.
Oh, no, don't watch this. No, don't watch. No.
One
Every
side.
single shot was.
You go do his best.
I hit the ones that count, you know?
See, Connor, what are you doing there, bud?
Yeah.
My aim is off. I'm mad.
That's the one downside of Genji there. The Echo
Yeah.
kind of counters you a little bit. See how much he's disrespecting you right now? He's literally just
Yeah.
running.
Yep. He's using all his points to just get out.
If that was Winter, he would try to kill you. 'Cause I think Winter could probably beat you in a 1v1 as Tracer, I would say. I'd say Winter is the only Tracer that could beat you in a 1v1. That and Dragon on K9 Unit. Or the only two that could beat you in a 1v1.
Give me Scrim K9.
Yeah, we scrimmed them.
Winston.
I had both the DPS on K9 respectively.
Well, there's 3 DPS. There's Master,
Okay.
Dragon might end up in there. It's Master,
Yeah, I think so.
Dragon, and Apex. Apex can't play Tracer, and Master's like okay at it, but he can't really play. It's not his character. I don't think, at least. The Dragon's like insane at Tracer.
If you want the view, paradise.
I'm here.
It's hard to really VOD what you're doing because you're just checking Tracer the whole time. It's hard
Yeah.
to really like VOD this.
That's...
I don't know. You should swap Connor.
Thanks, I'll do that.
If I was getting my shit kicked in, I would have swapped. I don't know.
But he has primal.
No, but he enjoys cock and ball torture, I guess.
Yeah, he has primal. That's what he's saying.
Payload stalled.
Also, I have ult in Overwatch.
I guess the one thing we talked about for you, John, that we talked about last map is that if you want to blade, you should blade mid-fight to get resources out first. So you're not getting looked at the whole time.
Ego peeking the hard, you know how it is.
Dude.
Look at that, look at that. What is like? He's just standing there taking damage.
Just getting cooldowns out.
We're not really shooting the same person, though. We're gonna dive, at least shoot the same person. There we go, looks like we're shooting the same guy. Oh, Connor dies.
I think it was hard because every time we would dive in, a certain time we would get hooked, and then we'd have to switch target. Or not have to, but we would end up switch target.
Oh boy, we're swapping the ball.
Oh yeah.
The way of the water.
How's he die, bro? That sucks.
Watch this, Adam.
I wouldn't have died there.
first.
Here it comes.
No way. No way you win this. Okay.
No.
No.
All right. So
do this bad.
takeaways. Takeaways.
I might do some.
First
I'm
round.
just doing controversials on defense here.
All right. My takeaway is to stop shooting yourself in the foot. Everybody. That's all it is.
To 1. Switching sides.
I think you guys could beat Clairvoyants tonight. They're good. They're a better team than I thought. But I mean, I think you guys could have beat
Initiating
Krakens.
I think we should have beaten every team we fought.
Yes, absolutely. You're just shitting your pants all the time. Well, you're waddling around with shit in your pants.
It's called. Never mind. It's lubrication.
Ready for battle.
He just pooped and got up.
Disgusting.
All right. So what do we say is our first thing to work on here?
5,
Positioning.
4,
No Lucio.
What team comp are we running right now, and why shouldn't we be running this team comp?
It's Mega Poke. What are you talking about?
All right. Alari is horrible. We should never really play Alari. The fact that it worked on that one map against Krakens or whatever they were playing is crazy.
Okay.
Alari
Okay.
sucks. Nimrod.
No.
I have a cold hard truth for you, my friend, and it's gonna suck. You have to play Lucio every map. Sorry. If you want to win games, you have to play Lucio every map, except for maybe
In
2.
our defense, this almost works.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter though. If you play the right comp, you just
Yeah.
win. It doesn't matter if it almost works. Who cares? Like if you just play the right
No,
comp,
I
you just
play
win.
Lucio on attack.
Okay,
No,
I
just
have a.
play. Just play
Dude.
the character.
Alari's goated.
Go ahead, Connor.
So this is kind of a very general question. But like, so a lot of times you have done like the more have me and Lucio going an off angle, but like I still don't feel myself getting enough support, just like healing wise. Like I still like if someone else has a support with them, I find myself being lower even with like Nim on me healing. So like, how do we fix that? Like it's not even a different skill. I'm just like lower.
So most of the
like,
time,
faster.
I guess. So I talked about this with Jaden before. When we first started, is that most of the time, even with Lucio, you might not survive. So Lucio being with you is giving you the chance to survive. Basically, without Lucio, you won't survive ever. With Lucio, there is an increased chance that you will survive. But like, if they just completely just bum rush it down on your off angle, I mean, I would say most of the time you probably will die. But like, it's up to your team. It's up to your team to like trade with that. Like that's what we talked about with Jaden, where like she doesn't know what to do when like what was it, Jaden? Like you don't know what to do when you're getting dove or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you don't know. She doesn't know what to do when she's getting dove. But most of the time, if she's getting dove, especially with like if they have like abilities on her like nano and stuff like that, you're probably gonna die. More times than not, you're gonna die. So you kind of just have to like accept that a lot of the times.
Yeah. I've been able to do that. I'm just talking about in a sense of like, it's me. It's like say it's 2 Sojourns. So it'd be me and Nim versus a Sojourn, but they don't have a Lucio with them. They'd have like a Kiriko or a Bap. So they always just win that fight purely because they have more.
Okay, yeah. Actually, that's really good. So if they have like a Kiriko or a Bap with them, I would just leave. Like just speed away. Like you
just
can't win
stop
that
playing
fight.
the off angle?
Yes. You just can't win that. You can't like what you're also like and you think about it. Like what you said just now is that they have a Kiriko or a Bap with them. So like what does that mean for the rest of their team? If Sojourn's on an off angle with a Kiriko or a Bap, like what does that mean for their rest of their team?
No, they don't have the support with.
Or like specifically one person on their team. I guess Connor, Big Sim Connor can answer this. What
Their
is
tank
it? Their
ain't
tank
got shit.
has no healing.
Yeah.
If there is a Bap on an off angle shooting you, their tank has no healing. They just have Lucio. So like what you can do is like there's 2 things you could do. I'd say the safe option is to just leave the angle. Like you and Nimrod just leave the angle, return to your team, and try to figure something out. The risky thing to do, which I think you could try at some point if you are confident yourself, is to try to kill the Baptiste or the Kiriko. And what that does is it will stall out as much time as possible for your core to win that fight, to win the core fight. So like if you have a Bap and their tank doesn't, you can call that, like you specifically say, me and Nimrod are fighting their Bap right now. You can go in the tank. right? And they could just literally just bull rush into tank and force everything onto him, and BAP either returns to the tank or you just kill the tank.
Mhm.
So I would say the
Okay.
safer option is to just leave the angle. But you could also, if you feel like you could kill, like if you're like, say you're up like 1-0 or something like that, and you like think this guy's bad, I could probably kill him. Like fight him. Like say I'm gonna fight this guy. Go in tank or something like that. Like call that out. But most of the time, I mean, you should win a 2v1 against a Sojourn, and if you are losing a 2v2 like Lucio Sojourn versus Lucio Sojourn, I mean that's just a skill issue, I would say.
Yeah.
But against that BAP Kiriko, I think that's a good point that because you've kind of like created like a new win condition for yourself, where like if you see that as something that you notice, you can relay that to the rest of your team, and you just kind of like bully their tank until the BAP returns, or you kill the tank. Because like say you
Okay.
die, but like they kill your. So say you die to the BAP and the Sojourn, but your team kills their tank, you probably win the fight. I'd say, like more
Okay.
like 9 times out of 10.
Now, just to play devil's advocate, say I do the safer option of running away. That just opens up an opportunity for them to have off-angle advantage. So, like, what do I do there?
Yeah, I mean
'Cause,
that
like, now
sucks.
they just-
I would say like once you get to your safe spot, just start poking out the BAP. I would say.
Okay.
And like forcing him to use abilities or return to his team. Like once you get to what the key word is safe. Like once you get to a safe place, then you can start like I think a really good actually what time step are we at? So we're at 9:13. I'm gonna give you a quick I don't even know which one this is, but I'm gonna give you a quick scenario here.
Ready for battle.
This is your match here. So say you're on attack, right? And you and Lucio take this angle up here.
Yep.
Right? And say their BAP and their Sojourn meet you up there. You could either do one of two things. You could either call Connor and Jaden and John to into their tank and force their Baptiste to drop. Because what that does is it'll force their Baptiste to drop, and you could either 2v1 the Sojourn or just kill the Baptiste when he's trying to return to his team. Or if you think that you just want to play safe, so they come up here, you can back over to like right here, say, and you can just play this natural cover and just shoot the Baptiste from back here.
Okay.
And it basically what it'll do is it'll force him, like maybe he backs up here to get safe, and then you just have an angle on their tank,
Yeah.
just run their tank down. Or say he's like fuck, and he like maybe he'll run into this doorway. You have another angle to go into their tank, or maybe he makes the bad decision. He's already made a bad decision. So the good decision for him would be to play safe, right? He's already made one bad decision coming up here. The good decision would be to play safe. Another bad decision would be to walk back to his tank. Then you just like literally just destroy him. Like you just
Okay.
you just shoot him and just kill him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I have I'm recording this so you can watch this back if you need.
So also like when playing safe, like say my like the safest bet would just be to go back to my team. When I continue to poke out the Sojourn and BAP, like or whoever is over there from my team, or would I just focus on whoever Connor's looking at and just leave them?
That is just has to be a judgment call between you
Okay.
guys as a team. I can't tell you that either of them is going to be better. It just has to be a judgment call. Like if you guys think you can kill the tank, you should go for the tank. If you got if you guys are still like in a pokier phase where you're trying to get resources out, I would say you probably should still poke them out and kill them. But it's definitely a judgment call, I would say, more than anything.
It depends on how much the off-angle people are doing damage to us.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Like
Thank you.
Yeah, like if you guys are still poking, I would probably still poke them, for sure. Oh, you almost fooled them? What?
I told you it almost worked. Come on.
I guess they're playing
We were
Hog.
at 9 minutes.
I guess they're playing Hog, so 9 minutes. Okay, thank you. I thought we were at 13 minutes.
Yeah, we just started defense.
Okay. So okay, I stand corrected here. If we're gonna play, there are 3 maps that we can play Zen on. If we're playing Sigma here, I wouldn't mind a Zen map. I would not mind you. I think you can play Zen here, but play Alari. So I don't know.
Alari is the same thing as Zen.
No, it's not. I think you can play Zen here. Because you have no defensive ultimates. You need a defensive ultimate.
But if we're playing poke though, my Alari is so much better than my Zen right now. Like I'll just do more on the character.
All right. I guess that's fine then. If you're gonna play poke, I guess if that's what you're saying, then sure, play Alari here, I guess. But you have to have really good rotations, like when they're diving you or something like that. Also, they're playing hogs. You just win this regardless of what comp you're playing. Oh boy! Oh my God, guys, come on, Connor.
Yeah, I think I used my shield, or I just
Like
threw.
your shield just be out at this point. So what you want to do against Hog as Sigma is you want to count down his cooldown.
It's
So
8 seconds,
it's
right? I'm pretty sure I was. I
it's
just
8 seconds.
I think I threw.
So you try to block it with your first thing, right? And then if you want, you can put your shield down for maybe around 6 seconds of it. You're counting down in your head while playing, so you're being aware of that. And then when the cooldown comes back, you put your shield back up. You should theoretically you should never get hooked. Like once again, we literally just give them a chance to win.
Yeah.
Good out pick. I would start backing up though. This is a good stagger like out pick though. I guess they're not coming to high ground, so whatever. I guess you don't have to back up. They literally just they just didn't do anything. Good aggression, Connor. I think that's fine. Forcing him out like that was good. Let's look at John though on the creep.
Sniper, keep your eyes peeled.
Favorite character.
Oh no, don't drop. Okay. So on this map, if they are not contesting you on high ground, there's no reason to not play on high ground.
Yeah.
If they're just wasting time, like you can rely on the tank to touch point from like Connor can touch point from right here, from up here. Like you can contest point from right here. So like there's no reason for anybody to drop if nobody's going on you. If Genji tries to 1v4, you just kill him. Pog comes up, you just poke him out. You DM his hook, whatever. But yeah, I think this drop is a little sus. You guys are honestly playing it pretty well right now.
They just weren't doing anything.
Don't need to peek the widow. Don't need to peek the widow. Do not
I
need
gave
to
you one better.
do not need to peek the widow. Do not need to peek the widow.
Oh, it's bomb kid.
Connor here. If they ult, just go high ground. Just like go
Okay.
high ground and try to play safe with your team until it runs out.
I do feel like I play against Kiriko ults pretty poorly.
Yeah. You should just try not to play in it. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Dude, where am I at? Okay, so.
See Dude's best. Let's see where Dude's best is in this fight.
Oh, I differ. I'm better.
Diff.
I do diff. Watch, I'm better.
Oh boy.
Better.
Good job forcing her out. Rotation to this window. I think this is a good window. I mean, pretty good so far from everybody. I'm not really seeing a bunch of things wrong. I think Connor could be maybe positioning himself a little bit differently. But I don't see like crazy things so far. I mean, obviously they're playing Hog, so.
That was literally why I didn't nasty because I just want to play hard poke, and it's probably my best hard poke.
And the question is what went wrong?
Let's see.
We still got a minute and a half to find it out.
Oh, I hear Widow on the left. Yep. So you should position yourself. You should not peek her. Stop. Like even though it's palm.
I do it this entire map and I don't die to her, so.
Yep. Okay, that's good. Oh.
I had a bad slide.
Oh yeah, horrible. Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. Yeah, I think was that like a misclick or something like that, or?
Yeah, I didn't mean to go.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Yeah. Just always,
Yeah,
always like slide. Make sure you're sliding into like a safe space at least.
Yeah, I wanted to slide the. I saw him rotating, and then I just like peeled back because
I blame Connor for not DMing you. Or was he? Oh my god, he's right behind you. He's right behind you. Oh my god, wait. I was actually joking. This April Fools, but oh wait, never mind. Okay, never mind. Wait, how does John die? Is that a widow?
I think I'm eager peeking the widow, yeah.
Didn't you just say like
Yeah, I forgot about this one. We don't talk about this one.
The one that lost us the fight. The most
No, we win
important
this.
one?
We win this
All right,
fight.
so he has fights. He has sights till 122.
I call that.
Oh, why are you trying to do this?
I didn't know he was there. I didn't know
Oh,
he was there. I
you
thought
were-
he was still
no,
back.
it looks like you're actively looking for him. Like this to me looks like you're looking for him. This is not.
I was just clearing. I didn't
all right,
see.
let's watch this again. Look at his body
Alright, I
language
have to
here.
go back, guys.
Bye,
Alright, see ya.
Con,
Bye bye.
This to me looks like you're actually looking
No, he just happened to be there. You know.
for him. What are you looking
like,
for over here then? Why are you looking this way?
No, you know.
Okay,
Spy
all right.
checking.
Well, okay.
Spy
so-
checking for
so-
Widow.
So you're looking for him then. If you're spy checking, you're looking for him.
I think so, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, he didn't. In my opinion, he didn't hit that jump
Alright,
right there.
Can we get our heads out of our asses though? For real, guys. Let's get our heads out of our
You
asses.
could have used Pylon to block it for you, to be honest.
I didn't know Pylon was there. I didn't even
Nah,
know.
Nimrod tried, bro. Nimrod tried to put it there for you.
Oh, we still
Not
win.
even
So it
with
doesn't
your fights,
matter.
crazy. You're always
I
winning this
never
fight.
go punish. I'm never punished.
You guys are almost winning this fight.
We do win this fight.
You do? It's insane.
They just do nothing part from 7.
Stop!
I didn't know he was there. I
Keep
didn't
trying to
know he
shoot
was
him
out.
though. If you see,
I'm
as soon
poking
as
him
I
out
see
so I
him, I'm
can-
leaving.
I'm poking him out so I can walk. He's bad.
My goodness.
I was made for this.
What are you doing? What are
I'm
you
What do
doing?
looking
I?
at Genji,
So I have
my
a
headset was not
Diva
backwards.
question. When I go against the Doomfist, since I can't really like eat his stuff, how do I play against him when he's diving my team?
So one thing you can do is you can try to like take the punch for your team.
Okay.
So he doesn't punch anybody in your wall, and then you can like, what you basically do is you can't really, you can't DM him, but you can take the punch for your team, and then you can missile him until he blocks, and then you can stop missiling him. And then
Okay.
he-
Do I chase him when he uses his like jump? Assuming he's going in, not going out. Do I chase him? Because I'm slower.
I would, but not for the reason that you would think. So like I would chase him into your backline because because their tracer is probably gonna be there too and their Genji. And you can
Should
try
I
to-
be DMing the Doom when he's
no,
jumping?
You should DM your team.
Okay.
DMing your support is way better than DMing the person that's shooting them because it mitigates all damage instead of one person's damage.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
DM Jaden, every single thing that's going to her is going to get blocked.
I also have a question because I do this sometimes, like when I'm calling like tank and I telling my team to like burn him. Should I be DMing and rocketing the tank so he can't get heals?
You could, yeah, you could.
Okay.
Just be aware that when that is over, like you can do that if you like in mid fight. I think when you've already burned resources.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, if you do that and you don't kill him, then you have no DM left and he's still
Fair.
alive. So that's like something that you would do if they don't have a lamp or Suzu or something like that, or if they're in a bad spot and you think you can kill him. If you know you can kill him, then you should do
Alright.
that. Okay, Jonathan. Oh, good shot. Jonathan. There you go, Jonathan. How does dude's best die? You guys are honestly rotating pretty well in the last part of the fight here. It's fortunate. It's unfortunate he gets like punched off the high ground instead of backing up with you. Yeah, okay, I guess.
I think I walked past window.
I don't think he would have done anything.
Yeah, I'm just zoning.
Good kill. Oh, big Sim Connor. I think you're trying to trade. This is something with it. You're trying to trade.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying too hard to trade at this point when you should just be playing with your team and trying and
Yeah, I do struggle with feeling on Diva, so I gotta get better at it.
Like, we're up like 3 at this point.
Also, honestly, how do you lose this?
I think.
Oh, Connor feeds. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You I see that you're like trying to get away, but you're not. You're just going the wrong way. I would say that like regardless of how low you are, the best place to go is always towards your team. As
I
tank.
just couldn't because he was charging punch.
So do you fly?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't. Okay, yeah. So you kind of waste fly there. So I would say
I should probably be with my team there anyways.
you gotta fly right now. Yeah, just fly up. So he doesn't punch
Okay.
you. Just fly like right now. Like you see Nimrod right here. Just fly up to Nimrod. Like just fly
Okay.
up to him and play with him, so he can heal you. Yeah, he has two supports up there. Like if you fly up, like I would say that I'm not blaming you for this, but this is like like I'm just want you to know this is like a fight losing. This is the reason you lost the fight.
Yeah.
Is because you played back here. It's a 2v4. You play up here, you get quick healing from both your supports, and you just kill the doofus. So yeah, I mean, you guys are seeing that like it's a good and bad thing where like most of the time you're losing because of something that you guys do specifically. Like not they're doing it. This is your doing. You guys is this. You just make too many mistakes.
Meteor strike.
At the same time, if we don't fix them, then we just keep making mistakes and we keep feeling like we could win, but we don't because we're so close yet so far. It's like chasing the magic dragon. I don't know if you guys get that reference.
I know that song. I love that song. I forgot what's his name, bro.
I forget too.
The magic dragon.
Puff.
Puff.
Didn't we
Puff.
get them in overtime here
No,
too?
it's not. It has nothing. It has nothing to do with that.
We do. We
It has
almost
to
told
do
them you
with,
too.
it's people who. It's like a thing. It's like a way that people talk about taking heroin.
Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, so also I have a question about I'm trying to make it so
No,
since
don't.
it's so far away, I'm
Just,
trying not to
just
give
don't,
them
just
like
don't,
this
just
corner.
don't. Yeah,
Okay.
you're basically just feeding.
Okay.
You know what you could have done that as?
What?
Do you know what character you could have done that as?
Arissa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, since you have bomb, I don't think it's a total feed, but I mean, you don't have like the fight isn't going to take place right here, so you don't have to get like you guys can hold for a minute and a half with the cart right here. Like just play to your strength. If you're playing Diva, you don't want to be super far up like that.
Okay.
Especially for Valari too.
Yeah. Because you can play close to your team, you can take the punch, you can boop. Dude, he also just fucking counter swaps because he's a dick. Just swaps to Zarya. You're feeding. So this is similar to Orisa. All Jaden can do right now is heal you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you're playing back here, all you guys can do is just shoot the Zarya and force her out.
Okay, so I should just give up this. I don't even know
Yeah.
even if we did
I
that
mean,
early.
you do the right thing, but then you drop again. You go back to high ground, but then you just drop again.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to prevent cart progress, but I just shouldn't, and that's like my
As
entire
Orisa, you
thought
could.
process. Yeah. Okay.
But Diva, I mean, you don't want to be taking poke as Diva. Because you don't want to have to waste your DM.
60 seconds remaining.
But yeah, you're kind of just shooting. All you're doing right now is giving them ult charge. This is a good play. Forcing him out like that. They're rotating. We should know this, guys. Okay, I need to see if somebody sees this. Part 1. Does this guy see this? I don't think so. Yeah, you do. Okay, you just gotta see that out of the corner of your eye. But somebody's gotta notice this. Somebody on the back line has to notice that they're all on the right. Do we not? Does anybody say anything? Do we
I
remember?
don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I
Yeah.
don't either.
So if you don't remember, then you probably didn't. Yeah, we just have to be ready for this. This is just it's a good rotation from them, but like you should just be ready. Like no one's ready. Like we should be backing up to here. Yeah. Just be ready. Oh, Connor, yeah, you're feeding. Connor. I know he's won, but just let him leave.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. He like. This is great. Like him. Like you're basically what's happening right now is that you're dead. Like it's like you're dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what it is. And if you think about this, do we want to trade Ash for Diva at any point? Like, no.
No.
So basically, you're dead in this fight. That's funny. John almost kills him.
We don't even. I don't think
This
lose right
ends
here because
now.
we can lose this
All
one.
right, how the fuck do you win this, dude?
Because Bubba Wyatt doesn't know what he's doing on Zarya.
What
He's
is
trying
happening, dude?
He's trying to snipe Big Sim Connor with
guys, seriously. We need to just stop making mistakes. How do we win this fight? This is insane.
Because they're bad.
This ends now.
Dude's best just comes out of nowhere.
Duel me. Wyatt, he just brings out.
No way! You win this fight!
You see why I'm mad when I lose this game?
Guys!
Wait till you see this fight. This one's a doozy.
Hello.
Connor, get off cart. You don't need to be there. Just go
I
away.
died. I peed because of
Oh
this.
no!
Like, hard.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Get ready. Get ready.
10 seconds remaining.
There's just no reason
In
for
his
me to be
defense,
here. I
also
might
beat
as.
you.
I just don't need to be here because this is literally last
Oh,
fight. Me playing up there was because of that.
Oh no! Don't go in Palm Goo.
It gets better. It gets
Oh
better.
no, Connor!
It's better. It gets better.
No, Connor!
Огонь по готовности.
Oh my
This
god.
ends now.
Connor, you're
Yeah,
basically dead the whole fight. You're basically dead the whole fight.
Yeah, there's just no reason for me to play there because it's an OT. Like the entire point of me playing there was to stretch it out so we get two fights,
Big
but
Sim
like
Connor.
there's only one fight left, so it
Big
just
Sim
makes no
Connor.
sense.
Big throw.
All right. Well, do we realize what we have to do better here? I'm gonna stop the recording.